Hello everybody, today back in another video. Alright, my tennis fans on the roll. Today's video is going to be about Novak Djokovic and the comments that I read about yesterday's video I did about who will win the Grand Slam tournament in 2025. And I actually didn't plan doing this video about this topic, but you guys sometimes force me to do a video about a particular comments or comment, you name it, baby. Am I writing Novak Djokovic off as to win a Grand Slam title in 2025? Is that the case? That is the question here. That is what some of you guys seem to believe. Not all of you, of course, but some of you guys seem to believe that Inter don't write Novak Djokovic off. That is what I'm reading on my comment sections from some of you guys. All right, let's answer that question. First of all, just because you don't believe a particular player will win a Grand Slam title and you have arguments behind that analysis, that doesn't mean you are writing him off for him to win a Grand Slam title. That is not what I'm meaning. What I said yesterday was, I will never have Novak Djokovic as my number one pick in the future anymore. I will not have him as my number one pick to win a Grand Slam title anymore. Last time I had him as my number one pick was 1 year ago, almost 1 year ago, back in Australian Open 2024, which was almost 1 year ago now. So, that was the last time I had. After that, I have not had him as my number one pick to win a Grand Slam title. And have I been wrong? Have I been wrong? Tell me, baby, have I been wrong? No, I have been right in all of those three other occasions. I was right at French Open, I was right at Wimbledon, I was damn right at US Open as well. So this is not about I am writing him off. Of course he can win one more Grand Slam title. Would it be a shock if a player who has won 24 Grand Slam titles in his career, if he gets the job done and wins one more in his career? Will we be shocked? We will be shocked if we see Nick Kyrgios winning a Grand Slam title, if we see Denis Shapovalov winning a Grand Slam title, if we see Matteo Berrettini winning a Grand Slam title, if we see Andre Rublev winning a Grand Slam title, who has played the most quarterfinals appearances in the Grand Slam history and never won one, which is 10 Grand Slam quarterfinals Andre Rublev has played, and he has lost all 10 of them. And of course, that is a record that is not so fun to have. If one of those four dudes wins the Grand Slam title, I personally will be shocked. If Kyrgios goes and wins it, if Shapovalov goes and wins it, if Matteo Berrettini goes and wins it, if Andre Rublev goes and wins it. But if Novak Djokovic goes and win a Grand Slam title in his career that he has left towards his end of his career, I would not be shocked. I would not be surprised. I am just not having him as my number one pick anymore. Will he be one of top 5 contenders? Oh, well, yes, baby, he will. Will he be my number one pick? No. You know, guys, you need to understand something. Winning Grand Slam title is not a walk in the park. It is not like taking a picnic on the park. Do you understand that? Do I look like Patrick Matuglu, who believed last year Novak will win 30 Grand Slam titles? When Novak won his 24 Grand Slam title at US Open in 2023, he did the comment, Novak now will win 30 Grand Slam titles. And then when Novak lost against Sinner in the 2024 Australian Open semi-final, then he went down a little, said now he will win 28. But he still will win 2 or 3 Grand Slam titles this year. Oh my God. And that guy has become a millionaire to coach players. So I'm not famous as him. I'm not rich as him. But it seems like my predictions are much better than him. So I'm not here to satisfy some of you Novak Djokovic fans. I'm not here to say words that some of you Novak Djokovic fans wants to hear. I am bloody here to speak what I truly believe and what I truly am seeing with my eyes, and I'm doing that with arguments. Some of you are saying, not many, some of you, Novak's 2025 season is more likely to be closer to his 23 season. Do I agree with that statement? Absolutely not. Hell no, I don't agree. How in hell can I agree with that statement? That if you have that opinion, if you have that belief, if you are convinced about that prediction, fine for you. I respect your prediction. Do I agree with that? Oh hell no, I don't. How can I agree with that prediction? Novak's 2025 season will be closer to his 2023 season. Of course I don't agree with that prediction. I'm not crazy. I'm not saying that you are, but I am not crazy. I watched this sport for so many years that I cannot sit here and believe that Novak's 2025 season will be close to his 2023 season, where Novak in that unbelievable 2023 season went on to win 7 titles that 2023 season, and 6 of them were big titles. 3 Grand Slam titles, 2 Master 1000 titles, and 1 year-end championship title. There you have it. 6 big titles Novak won in that 2023 season as 35, 36 years old. And if that was not enough, Novak just played the tennis season 2024 where he has played his worst season in like 18 years. Last time Novak did this kind of a weak season was, I believe, back in 2006. 18 years ago, Novak did this kind of weak season like he has done in this 2024 season. Yeah, he won that his biggest the title, the medal that was eluding him, that was missing in his cabinet, which was the Olympic gold medal. That was a fairy tale of a story, and he did that without dropping one single set when he won that Olympic gold medal. And if that was not enough, he did that by defeating his biggest rival on the way, which was, of course, Rafa Nadal in that second round. And then he defeated Tsitsipas in the quarterfinal, which is a very good clay court player. Then he defeated Lorenzo Musetti in the semifinal. Yeah, and also is a very good clay court player, Lorenzo Musetti. And then, as cherry on the top, as the cherry on the cake, call it what you want, he defeats the dude who just gave him a beatdown 3 weeks earlier in a Wimbledon final, Carlos Alcaraz. He just defeated a dude who won back-to-back Grand Slam titles in French Open and Wimbledon. And Djokovic was not the favorite going into that final. And he proved me wrong. I didn't believe Djokovic would defeat Carlos Alcaraz in that match. And he proved many other tennis pundits around the world wrong. All credit to Novak Djokovic. I was happy for him. I truly was. And to be quite honest, believe it or not, when Djokovic and Alcaraz faced in that final match, in that Olympic gold medal match, I was cheering for Novak. Because I always want to see greatness becoming even greater and creating even more history in their career. And that's why I was actually cheering for Novak Djokovic to win that final. Even though I didn't believe he will do it. He proved me wrong. And he did that, and he won that gold medal without dropping one single set on the way. He won 6 matches and didn't drop one single set. All credit to Novak Djokovic for achieving an unbelievable feat, and Novak, we all know that by now he has won all the big tournaments that is to win, which are 15 big tournaments in tennis. He is the only human being, male or female, to ever do this unbelievable achievement. That you guys know how sport works, not only tennis. You are as good as your latest performance. You are as good as your latest performance. And Novak, when did he win that Olympic gold medal? 5-6 months ago. And when did Novak win his latest Grand Slam title? 1.5 years ago. US Open, September, back in 2023. So, I'm not here to speak about Novak's legacy. We all know that. Unbelievable. It's outrageous. Impeccable. I'm not here to tell you who is the greatest tennis player of all time. We all know that answer. I've done a video about that before, which is, of course, Novak Djokovic. I'm not here to say who is the most complete tennis player of all time. It is Novak Djokovic. I'm here to give you my absolutely truthful and honest opinions. And I cannot say here and say, with all the arguments that I have, Novak is 37 years old, will be 38 next year. Novak has lost 4 out of last 5 meetings against Jannik Sinner, if I'm not mistaken. Novak has lost 2 out of 3 meetings against Carlos Alcaraz in majors, 2 times at Wimbledon. He has lost both those times. He has lost in Wimbledon final 2023 and 2024. One of them, he got a beatdown in that Wimbledon final 2024. Yeah, I know what you guys will say. Yeah, he just came back from injury, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get that. And all respect to Novak for getting to that final, because just 4 or 5 weeks earlier, he went and got an injury in his knee. But you know that if Carlos Alcaraz would have lost against Tiafoe in that 3rd round, which he went 5 sets against, Djokovic would have won that Wimbledon 2024. With that knee, with that surgery he had just a couple of weeks earlier. So, it is not because of the knee that Djokovic lost against Carlos Alcaraz in that Wimbledon final, and Carlos Alcaraz gave Novak Djokovic a beatdown. It was because of Carlos Alcaraz was in beast mode level. Period. I will not say anything more about that match. And you know that is the truth analysis I'm saying. You know that I'm right. If Tiafoe would somehow defeated Carlos Alcaraz in that 3rd round in 4 sets, because Tiafoe was 4 or 5 points away in defeating Carlos Alcaraz in that 4th set, because Tiafoe was 2 sets to 1 up against Carlos Alcaraz. You think Tiafoe would have been the Wimbledon champion? No, baby, he would have not. Djokovic would have been the Wimbledon champion. Djokovic would have now been the 8th time Wimbledon champion. Djokovic would have been now the 25th-time Grand Slam champion. My point is that Joe didn't lose against Carlos Alcaraz because of his knee. My point is that Joe lost against Carlos Alcaraz because Carlos Alcaraz was a shot-making skills machine in that final. Was a beast mode level in that final. And Djokovic didn't have any kind of answers. So, Novak's age, you know that tennis player doesn't win Grand Slam titles in Novak's age. The oldest player who has won a Grand Slam title, as old as Novak is Ken Rosewall back in the 70s. I believe he was 37 years old in 1 month or 2 months, something like that. That is the oldest player. He is the oldest player who has won a Grand Slam title that old. Djokovic will hit 38 years old next year. He will play the Australian Open next month as 37 years old, and all the other 3 Grand Slams, French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open, Djokovic will play them as 38 years old. If that was not enough, his age, you have Alcaraz and Sinner. I just told you about Sinner, who has defeated Novak Djokovic 4 times out of the last 5 meetings that they've played. That they have played. 4 times out of last 5 meetings that they have played. Carlos Alcaraz has defeated Novak Djokovic 2 times out of 3 times that they face each other in Grand Slams. And this is about the Grand Slams. I'm not talking about 3 sets matches. If you look at the Olympic gold medal that Novak Djokovic won earlier this year, that was a 3-set tournament. It is a different story in best of 5 sets. It's a bit different story in best of 3 sets. And defeating Alcaraz and defeating Sinner, especially Alcaraz, who has an unbelievable great record in best of 5 set matches, is much harder defeating those 2 superstars in best of 5 sets than doing that in best of 3 sets. And Carlos Alcaraz has faced Novak Djokovic 3 times in Grand Slams, and he has defeated Novak 2 times. Djokovic has defeated Carlos only once in a best of 5 set match. Only once, which was the French Open semi-final 2023. Considering all that, his age, the upcoming superstars in Sinner and Alcaraz, they are not players that are born in the 90s. All respected players that are born in the 90s. But you know, I've done videos about that before. The players that are born in the 90s are the biggest lost generation in tennis history. I don't care what you guys say, write, and have opinions. This is not opinion, this is a fact. This is a fact! This is a fact! They have won only 2 Grand Slam titles. Players that are born in the 90s. Medvedev won, Team won. We don't have any more players born in the 90s that have won Grand Slam titles. We don't have. We have only 2. Alcaraz and Sinner, who are born in the 2000s, they have already won much more Grand Slam tournaments than those players that are born in the 90s. Alcaraz has won 4, Sinner has won 2. They have 6 Grand Slam titles together, Alcaraz and Sinner. So, of course, this is a proof that Alcaraz and Sinner are much better players than players that are born in the 90s. I'm not saying that Alcaraz and Sinner are impossible to defeat. That is not what I'm saying. But in this late in Novak's career, with a little decline that he has a little decline. Not a big one, of course not. He's still top 10 player in the world. But in this late in his career, against players that are 14 years younger than him, Sinner is 14 years younger than Djokovic, against a player that is 16 years younger than him, Alcaraz is 16 years younger than Djokovic, who is fast, powerful, clutch, consistent. Sinner is a consistency machine, who can take the racket out of your hands, which of course Alcaraz can do with his unbelievable shot-making skills, and Sinner of course also can do, but not in the same extent like Alcaraz can do, according to my opinion. You can see that Novak's challenge to winning the Grand Slam title is huge. He has a Mount Everest mountain to climb. His Mount Everest mountain to climb against Alcaraz and Sinner is much bigger than the case was against the players that was born in the 90s. And if this was not enough, Novak's forehand is not on fire like it was back in 2023. You know, Novak won 3 Grand Slam titles in 2023 with an unbelievable forehand. He was hitting his forehand huge. He was doing so many winners with that shot. He was serving great. He was returning great. And one other thing that people maybe have forgotten when Novak did that unbelievable year in 2023, he was just impeccable at the net. All those skills that he showed in the 2023, he has not shown in the 2024. Will he do that? Will he improve and show those skills again in 2025? Let's see. I'm doubtful. He showed unbelievable forehand skills in that Olympic gold medal run he had, especially in the final against Alcaraz. But it was very long time ago when I've seen Novak Djokovic hit his forehand that big like he did against Carlos Alcaraz in that Olympic gold final match. Novak's forehand needs to wake up. Novak's returns needs to wake up. Novak's net game needs to wake up. He needs to come up with some special going through these young superstars, Alcaraz and Sinner. And of course also have a luck in the draw, where somebody takes out one of Alcaraz or Sinner, because him taking out both of them in best of 5 sets, that will never happen. You have heard that prediction from me before, and you will hear it from me that now as well, and I will not change that. But if Novak goes on and wins his 35th Grand Slam title. Will I be shocked? Will I be surprised? No. I will be shocked and surprised if Rublev, if Berrettini, if Kyrgios, if Shapovalov, if one of these 4 players wins the Grand Slam title. I will not be shocked if Djokovic, at 24 Grand Slam title, gets one more and gets it to 25 Grand Slam titles. I will not be shocked. So I'm not writing Novak Djokovic off. I'm writing Shapovalov off. I'm writing Berrettini off. I'm writing Rublev off. I'm writing Kyrgios off. These are the players I'm writing off to never win, absolutely never win a Grand Slam title. And I will be shocked if one of those 4 players wins a Grand Slam title. But just because I don't have Novak as my #1 pick to win a Grand Slam title, that doesn't mean I'm writing him off. I will tell you something because this video is getting long. When Federer was towards his end of his career, last time I had Federer as my #1 pick to win a Grand Slam title, I didn't do YouTube videos back then. It was when Federer played the Australian Open 2018. That was the last time I had Federer as my #1 pick to win a Grand Slam title. I didn't do videos back then, but I was writing a lot of comments in different social medias. And some people will say to me, "You are crazy, man. How can you have Federer? He's 36 years old." I said that I have a feeling that he will win this. Djokovic was not in his top shape back then. He just came back from injury, I remember. Nadal was not in his best of his shape of his life either. I just had that. Even though Federer is 36 years old, I believe that he will defend his Australian Open title from 2017. And Federer proved me right, and he defended the Australian Open title in 2018 and won that Australian Open tournament in 2018. That was the last time I had Federer as my #1 pick to win a Grand Slam title. After that, Federer has played several Grand Slam tournaments after that. I have never had him as my #1 pick to win a Grand Slam title. Never. Was I wrong? No. He proved me right every single time. Every single time. He was 1 point away once in 2019 Wimbledon to prove me wrong. And I really hope, I really wish that he would prove me wrong. Because as a big Federer fan, I didn't care that I did a prediction that Federer will lose against Novak Djokovic in that Wimbledon final 2019 in 5 sets. That was exactly my prediction 5 years ago, before that Wimbledon final 2019 started. I didn't care about that. I just wanted Federer to win his 21st Grand Slam title, and especially beating his top 2 chief rivals, Nadal and Djokovic, back to back for the first ever time in a Grand Slam tournament. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. But he was 1 point away of doing it and proving me wrong. It is the same case now for Novak Djokovic. I never will have him as my #1 pick. Until he retires, I will never have him. But will he be one of my top 8 favorites when I do my my top 8 favorites every single Grand Slam tournament when it starts? Will it be one of my top 8 favorites? Yes, it will be. But he will not be my #1. Of the reasons I just mentioned in the video. Because of his age, because of his forehand has not shown up for 15, 16, 17 months, besides that week at Paris 5-6 months ago in that Olympic gold medal run he had. And his net game also needs to show up and get alive as well, because he cannot take Alcaraz and Sinner from the baseline. Not this late in his career. Not. He needs to shorten up the points against these 2 players. He cannot handle them from the baseline, especially Sinner. Sinner is such an unbelievable ball striker that Djokovic will be out-hit. Djokovic will be overpowered from Sinner from the baseline. So Djokovic needs to come up with some other plan, with a different plan, and shorten up the points, especially against these 2 superstars, Alcaraz and Sinner. And his net game needs to come alive like it was back in 2023. So this and the other reason is Alcaraz and Sinner are much better players than the players that are born in the 90s. The 8 Grand Slam titles Djokovic has won against players that are born in the 90s. 8. So I speak with all those my tennis fans on the world. It is not that I'm hating Djokovic. It's not that I'm showing disrespectful against Djokovic like some of you are writing. I am just saying what I'm seeing. I am just saying what I believe. I am just saying what my tennis brain is telling me. And my tennis brain, my tennis eyes are telling me that Djokovic will have tremendously difficult to difficult times, winning one more Grand Slam title. I am not Patrick Matroglou, who believes Djokovic will win 28, 30 Grand Slam titles. I am not Marion Bartoli, who believes Djokovic has 2-3 more Grand Slam titles in him. I don't care about those French persons who seems to be insane, according to me. I am Inter from Sweden. I see things totally different way. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, peace.